on in on this wonderful Thursday. I hope you've had a great week. It is good to see you all. Hello, Twitch. Hello, YouTube. Twitch viewers might notice something slightly different today, but I'm very excited to see people on both sides. And yeah, why is an ad starting right now? I saw that pop up on my dashboard as well. That is terrible timing. I don't know why that happens. Yes, good morning to those of you in other time zones. Good afternoon if that's your time zone, like all over the world. Well, welcome on in. So yeah, sorry, I'm digging. Bad news, it's not summer anymore. The fan is out of my room. I don't have a fan. It's in storage. Hi, Alex. Hope you're doing good. Yeah, morning everyone, California time. God, yeah, California, that's still early. You're like 9 hours ahead of us here in Sweden. But yeah, so I'm gonna put it out of the way because I saw a few people mention this right away. Like, I'm not gonna be able to share any release dates or anything about delivery charge today. This is a heist with stream. I don't have any news. I'm sorry. Unfortunately, it's not September quite yet. But I still want to come here and, you know, hang out, have a chat, you know, see what's going on. Maybe there's something specific you want to raise, you know. This is our weekly, like, hangout time. So I'm still very excited to be here. Hi, Nick. I am doing well. I am doing well, thank you. It's almost weekend. How could you not be doing well when it's almost weekend? Yeah, ad over. Okay, yeah, I think I need to review our ad settings because I don't know what happened, but for those of you watching on Twitch and, you know, for those of you watching on YouTube, so you know what's going on. We got our official channel monetized on Twitch just yesterday. So we have some potential new features coming. Like, there's a lot of it that is not ready, like emotes, for example. Unfortunately not ready yet, but that is where I might want your help, because I would love to try and find an emote artist within the Payday community. And, you know, like, maybe you can help make us some emotes. Of course, it would be paid. I would not ask anyone to do that for free. But if you know of any good emote artists that do, you know, are in the Payday, I would love to find someone in the Payday community. It's so easy to find anyone who can do, like, art that fits. But I would love to see someone from the community be able to come in. And yeah, Blue Shell Redux. I'm very cheekily trying to add that in because, you know, maybe some people want to see more outside of the official streams as well, so I figured I'd add that in there so people can, like, click. You can make poorly drawn emotes. I mean, that could be funny. Deadbeat Spark, that could be funny. Also, that reminds me, Deadbeat Spark, congrats on getting first over on the Twitch side. You have one that fits those guidelines. Do you want to send me their info in DMs? Because that would be great. And Latin Striker, yes, please. Like, the more options, the better. Maybe we could do, like, one emote from each, like, Payday emote artist or something like that. That would be cool. Like, I'm open to anyone. So anyone who has any, like, leads on any emote artist that could fit this bill, like, please, pass it forward. Pass it forward. And thank you, Blue Shell Redux, finally. I could also potentially grab some from Discord. I have been thinking about that. But I wanted to make sure that it's the ones that I actually can use. I haven't quite gotten that far yet, but Smugjoy is definitely a good candidate. Cara asks, any news? No, not today. Today's a Heist with Elisabeth stream, not a news with Elisabeth stream, so I apologize, but there are no news yet. But September is very close. It's very close. About the emotes, Discord might be easiest. If you have Discord, I should be in the official Discord channel under Starbreeze_Elisabeth. I guess I could also, like, email if that's easier for you. I could give you my email. That would work. Thank you, Kara. Oh yeah, Blue Shell Redux, thank you for mentioning that. So it's not specifically news, but earlier this week we did drop the soundtrack. Like, it's all its glory is now available on streaming services. You know what, Freeman? That's a good idea. I should probably do that. Because I want to make sure that, like, everyone can actually catch this too. I've been thinking of maybe doing a social post. Submit portfolios and stuff, and then we can pick some that we like and actually commission emotes from them. Hi, David. I hope the new heist is coming near, and you hope this year is coming one more heist for free, and then we have 20 heists. Oh, we're actually that close to 20. Okay, cool. I've not kept count. Can you tell? But yes, I recommend going to, like, whether it's Spotify or, like, YouTube or wherever you like to listen to your music, search up Payday 3 Grit and Steel. It is such a good track. Like, oh, I know I teased you a little bit when I did my news stream like 2 weeks ago and we showed it off and we went loud in the heist, so you could hear it a little bit then, but now you can actually hear the whole track, all its glory, no distraction, no gunfire. And And yeah, you just enjoy. Gustavo always cooks heavily, 100%. 100%. Chat, question, both Twitch and YouTube. Would you like for me to ask Gustavo to come on the stream with me? Maybe we can talk about music. Maybe we can talk about the new track or just his process in general. Would you like to talk to Gustavo? Yes? For sure? All right. Then I might need to have a conversation with Gustavo. Oh, so much yes. Okay, good. All right. I know what I need to do. Me who muted music so you could hear your teammates' urban zone. Damn. Helga says, we recently saw a video where AK talks about remake of Payday 3. Can you clarify the situation? Was he really referring to remake, or was he mistaken referring to the reworking of various things? Like, I'm not gonna put words in his mouth, but I believe what he was referring to was more so like the core of the game. But we'll have details hopefully to share about what we're cooking soon. But we are cooking. Panic Room should be the next free heist. I've seen a lot of love for Panic Room. Yeah, heist with Gustavo, heist with AK. AK is very busy right now with like planning and like big picture stuff, but as soon as he's done with that, I would love to grab him in for a stream. You should totally shadow drop Payday the heist levels of difficulty to the game. Don't even announce it or put it in patch notes. I feel like we should put it in patch notes at least. But I always like the idea of like shadow drops. Mario in the top bed, please give us a meal. We are starving. All right, let me get into the kitchen. I need to get into the kitchen. But hi, Mario. I hope you're doing good. And yeah, Car, honestly, the vibe has improved a lot, which it feels really good. It's been rough for a while, but we're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel now. Like, there is hope. The hopium is coming back. It's not just a copium anymore. Duck, do you want me to play the track? I could play it on stream right now, if you want to. Sawrunner, on the latest news stream you mentioned the Payday team shrunk, but AK said that it was expanding. Which one is it there? It's both. So what I was referring to when I was streaming last is that we have shrunk, and that was, you know, back to the core. You all remember the quarterly report with significantly reduced investments, right? That's what happened. Like, the team did shrunk. And you can tell by the output as well. Like, year 2 for Payday 3 has sadly lost less content than we did for year 1. But with AK in the lead, we are now back to expanding again from the previously shrunk team. So, again, light at the end of the tunnel. And Brocklin says, you said the delivery charge won't come with weapons, but in the art chains is using the RPK-16. Yes, there is a new weapon in the delivery charge key art. It is unfortunately not going to be in the DLC itself. There is a reason for that, and I unfortunately can't share more about it right now, but there is a reason for it, and I hope once we can share the reason why, it will be good news. So, stay tuned. It would actually be really funny if the patch notes only had that alongside the heist release patch notes and nothing else. True. Yeah, hi Hero War, hype indeed. Yeah, Anaconda, like, it's, like, we need still some time to, like, because the thing is, like, even though, like, with AK saying now the team is expanding, these are things that take time, so that it's not gonna be instant that we have, you know, more staff overnight and, like, more content's being pumped up overnight, but we are in a good trajectory, and it feels hopeful again for the future, but we do need some time for, you know, the effects to actually, you know, be visible. And I'm not asking anyone to judge us too soon before we can actually get that into the game either. Like, it's one thing what we were saying, like, Starbreeze has traditionally been really good at saying things, but now it's time for us to actually deliver, and that is going to take some time. What about the fan favorite masks ever voted on? Are you referring to the Mask Mania masks? I'm guessing that's what it is, because yes, only one of we had 4 masks for Mask Mania, only one of them is in the game. There are plans for the remaining 3. It sucks that they've not been able to be out there yet, but that's another thing that I hope people will be happy once they see what we've been able to do with that. Rule 1 about Mask Mania, don't ask about Mask Mania. I wish I had a better answer. Like, we're in a bit of a weird place now where there's so many things that are cooking, but in like a very early stage, or not in a stage where we feel comfortable sharing it yet, but you know, things are cooking. And it's okay that you don't buy into that, because it's one of those things that's very easy to say. So, you know, give us some time though to show you the results, and then pass the judgment. Trouble is not everyone who uses Twitch though. What are you referring to, Paul? For like Twitch drops, or is this for something else? Unless I missed something, I am not entirely sure. Car says he can't wait for September. AK really managed to hype us up. Well, we need time to deliver, so let's see if we can deliver. But it's looking good. It's looking good. Freeman asks, when are Twitch drops coming? So there are going to be Twitch drops. They're going to be out with a new update. So when delivery charge arrives, there's also going to be Twitch drops with that. So yes, what Charizard Delta says on Heist release, which, you know, you don't know the exact release date yet, but you do know early September is what I've said before. So we're getting close. We're getting close. Oh, you mean for Twitch drops? Yeah, I wish YouTube had a similar system to Twitch drops. For Mask Mania though, Mask Mania, they're not tied to Twitch. They're not tied to any sort of YouTube or Twitch or any sort of channel platform. They're gonna be available in-game. So that's not something to worry about. There are Twitch drop specific masks that, yeah, I wish YouTube also had drops. I don't know what to say. We were at YouTube and I even tried to ask if drops are a thing, and they kind of just dodged my question. I don't know. Ignacy asks how long I've been with Starbreeze. So I've been with Starbreeze now for 7 years and 2 months, if I can math correctly in my head. So yeah, 7 years. I started here for Overkill's The Walking Dead. I started the summer just before we released the game. So I used to feel like, and I felt like for the longest time, that I was like the newbie on the team, but by now I guess I'm a veteran. It's been a hot minute. It's been a hot minute. And hello, welcome. More people coming in. It's good to see you. Oh, you said one is in game. Which one? You haven't seen any. Okay, so Nightmare Raider podcast. So for Mask Mania, we had the 4 masks. One is in the game, and that is the, what is it called? The Tactical Shark? It's the shark mask. That one was added, but I believe it was only added for the people who did participate in Mask Mania. So that means that if you didn't participate in Mask Mania, you wouldn't have it. And the later unlock is, you know, what we didn't managed to deliver, because they were supposed to come out with challenges, and that didn't happen. So the challenges are missing and the later unlock is missing. But the people who did participate in Mask Mania, they do have the shark. So that is already in. You misunderstood the event Mask Mania requirements for unlocking the mask. Yeah, no, that's totally fine. That's totally fine. Yeah, Tactical Shark mention. Shout out to Tactical Shark over on YouTube. You see, it would also be possible to multi-stream the Nebulous, as everyone has to make an account there for Payday 3 anyway. Maybe that could help with people not using Twitch and wanting Twitch drops. I don't know. I guess that depends on what we would want to do with Nebula as well. Like, I don't think we currently have that functionality, but I like the idea. And I do agree that I wish there was a better way to get, like, Twitch drop masks out to people. Maybe we could eventually add them somehow in-game to, like, behind challenges or something, so you could also earn them there, but like maybe, I don't know, 6 months after they've been a drop or something like that. But that's, you know, a future thing we'll have to investigate, not something that we can commit to or promise right now. Yeah, Twitch drops are called Twitch drops for a reason. Yeah, and again, I wish Twitch or other streaming platforms that aren't Twitch had this functionality, but Broccolin asks, we'll be able to choose modifiers for rewards anytime soon. Not something that is currently in for like the next update at least, but that is something, like, again, like we're looking at reworking a lot of systems and stuff, so that is definitely something that would be on the list for consideration. But we have a lot of things to explore, a lot of things to tinker with, and then we'll see what we actually end up prioritizing and delivering, so we will have to see. Are there any plans on bringing more OG heists to Payday 3? I mean, that is always possible. I mean, I think it's a fine balanced place. I like being able to bring new ones. Like, I'm personally a very big fan of, like, I know we've used this example on stream before, but I know people want, like, Golden Grand back, for example. And while that is cool, I personally think it would be cool to bring in a brand new casino heist that is more adapted to like the improved gameplay that we have in Payday 3. Like how the stealth and stuff is different. So, I mean, but that's my opinion. That's not, you know, the team's opinion. That is just, I'm just one person as part of the team. So that does not mean that my voice will win or anything like that. It's just, you know, an idea to consider. Counterfeit 2.0. Counterfeit is an interesting heist. I had to play that the other day because I was doing the achievement to disarm the C4. Pesa says you like it the way it is because it's a raffle. If you were not there, you didn't get it. That's what makes it so special. Yeah, this interesting topic you're touching on there, Pastels, because that's, you know, FOMO. It definitely makes it more special, but it also makes it really hard sometimes to come in later. But yeah, it's, you know, pros and cons, right? Is there gonna be new weapons or masks this upcoming update? So, Kills, there is going to be no new weapons, but there is going to be a heist available for you. We have showcased the heist a little bit before, so if you haven't seen what we have shared about the heist, I do recommend watching the streams from 2 weeks ago. We did a little flyby. I flew around on a dev build showing you like the general layout and some general like things to look out for, but without giving away too much of like how you actually approach and get into the level and all of that. And yeah, thank you, Smoking. Yo, Karen Saxon, welcome on in. I hope you're doing good. Yeah, there's a lot of people who want to see OG Heist come back, and honestly, it makes sense. I think there's a lot of OG Heist that would be very interesting to see with the changes we have made to Payday 3's gameplay. FOMO is why a lot of people don't like battle passes. Helldivers 2 does the best since war bonds are permanent. I agree, Hero War. I'm personally also like, I mean, probably because my job is literally to represent like your interest in the company. So I am very against FOMO. Like, I understand the stats behind it, that, you know, they tend to increase revenue and all that, but I don't like the, I guess, moral behind it. Like, it feels dirty to me. But yeah. Karas, isn't it hard too hard to rework a game? I mean, too hard? I don't think anything is too hard, but like with everything, especially in game development, but with like companies in general, is a matter of prioritizing. Like, you know, we could work on one thing, but that means that we don't have the resources to work on this other thing, and then you kind of need to pick and choose what is most important. Yeah, exactly, Hero. Increases revenue, but decreases fan satisfaction and general sentiment. Elisabeth, begging that we get more boat heists and just like cool and unexpected stuff in heists, like on Dragon Heist where Tram flies past and throws out a drill to you, unless I'm completely wrong. I played Dragon Heist a few times. I think I only played it in stealth, so I do not remember that happening. But I do agree, more boat heist, yacht heist in Payday 2 is a really cool heist. But I mean, you at least get a boat spawn on delivery charge. Speaking of Helldiver style battle pass, Killing Floor 3 is doing the same with their battle pass. You know what? I've not looked too closely into Killing Floor 3 yet, but that sounds like I should. That is very interesting. I do like personally, I'm a fan of battle passes, but they should be done like in a way where you minimize the FOMO. So like, yeah, Helldivers 2, great example. They're always there, and you can even get a little bit of like their premium currency by playing the game. Like, absolute great example. I've not checked out the Killing Floor 3 ones yet, so I'm not gonna offer any comments on that. But I would definitely be interested in checking more about what they're doing, because their game is also kind of similar to ours, like with the 4-player kind of cooperative against the game sort of thing. Best Evan Ninja says, could we see more special cops in the future or new versions of the current one? I mean, possibly. I mean, anything's possible, right? Is there anyone you would like to see, I guess, is a better question. What would they, like, are you, as a community, do you want to see more enemies? Or anyone you feel like is missing or should be changed? Like, a lot of times when we do these things, it's based on community feedback. We need that Skulldozer from the concept art. That is fair. I'm really sad that we've not been able to make anything for the concept art. And nobody's say medic. Yeah, especially medic dozers. Medic dosers are my nemesis. Please, no. Regular medics, like, I can deal with, but medic dosers are... oh. For anything FOMO, you personally absolutely refuse to use it ever because it brings you nothing but stress and makes you feel forced to play the game to get the silly cosmetics. Yeah, I'm with you, Seth. I'm also that kind of person. Like, I used to play, like, this has been a while now, but I used to play Dead by Daylight, and, like, what I didn't like about their, like, version of the battle pass is that I felt forced to playing the game in a specific way. And I didn't like that. Because you have to, like, you know, I don't know, down X enemies or, like, collect this one thing and then deliver it to the other side of the map, but you can't run, and, like, all these things that I wouldn't otherwise naturally do. And that just kind of made me enjoy the game less. Have they ever worked out? That is good. I've not, like, you know, full disclosure, I haven't played the game in years. They worked out, like, April? Okay, that would be why I have not seen that. But yeah, that's one of the things that I don't like. But then you have a good example of that, for example, is Sea of Thieves, where their battle pass, like, it doesn't matter what you do. Literally anything in the game can give you XP to level it up. Like, whether you're fishing, whether you're fighting, like, PvP, like, anything gives you XP. So, that's what I love, because with Sea of Thieves, you can just get in, you can play the game exactly how you want it, and you still get progress. I'm very happy to hear that Dead by Daylight's reworked that, BT Havoc asks, where does the new track for Delivery Charge place amongst the other Payday 3 tracks for you? It's so hard, because for me, I feel like every time I listen to one of Gustavo's track, I just, like, oh yeah, this is great. Like, this might be my favorite one. And then I listen to the next one, it's like, no, wait, this is great. This might be my favorite one. And then I just keep doing that for every single song. So when I listen to Grit and Steel, I'm like, oh yeah, this might be my favorite track. But then I'm gonna listen to the Cook-Off track again, which has been one of my previous favorite. And I'm like, no, this is still my favorite track. They're all just good. I'm sorry, I can't rank them. It's so hard. They're all S tier for me. Like, every single one. You've been hooked on Warhammer Darktide with such a 4-player co-op. I've played Warhammer Darktide a little bit. I've not been able to fully get into it, which is a bit sad. I wanted to get more into this game. But I don't think I've been able to spend enough time in it for it to really stick. Which is sad, because, fun fact, my dogs are in the credits of that game. Gustavo Cooks, 100%, 100%. Yeah, not a single bad song in the game, even the unused ones are great. I agree, Susie, like, everything Gustavo does is just the gold. Syntax Error is a really good one, too. Like, that's what I mean, like, they're all really good. And yes, Paul Howers, and I'd agree, like, if we could get an in-game jukebox, like, I would be probably stuck because I wouldn't know which song to pick. You don't like to give Halo Infinite praise, but it does have one of the slightly better system for battle passes, where no matter the time of the year, if something new comes out, you can still access the battle passes. Oh, that's nice then. I've never played Halo Infinite, but I do like, so it sounds like they have something similar to the Halo or Helldivers 2 approach, which is just any like sort of battle pass they bring out is just always there. Makes a tier list and every song is placed S. Yep. Maybe that's what we should do. We should bring Gustavo on here and we should bring like one of those tier list templates and we'll tell him, rank your songs. And if he puts anything not in S, we're just like, wrong. Wrong. Oh, what does Tinnick said? Hang on. Everyone's saying, I like what Tinnick said. So what does Tinnick say? I'm scrolling. Oh, any consideration in future about weapon customization? I do think weapon quite lack of attachment in the future is more attachment like laser, barrel, etc. that comes with DLC and update. I agree. If you look, I'm trying to think, how long did we do the stream? I did do a stream with Alex a while back. Alex has done our weapons. And he touched on at least lasers. So I might recommend that you go back and check that VOD out and see what he said about weapons. Yeah, S-tier and oops, my finger slip. I will just fix that tier. Exactly. And yes to later. I believe it's just one of them, but they're both in the credits. But yes, my dogs are in Darktide. They're not the Arbiter, I think, because that's a new one, right? But they're the initial like enemy kind of dog. And I believe it's specifically their idle sounds. Good morning, Math. How's it going? Yes, S+ tier is the goofy music from the nightclub. Yes, I agree. I 100% agree. Charizard Delta just looked at my FBI files from Payday 2 and he thought about something. Will we get anything like Payday 2's FBI files and Payday 3's Dragon files? I mean, I would love to. We'll see if we can actually spare the dev time to like make that, but I would personally love to see that come back. I miss the FBI files. Like, I miss having also Dragon files like more tied to the game, if that makes sense, because right now it feels like if you're not like a hardcore fan, like watching these streams, like super engaged, Pog Sound, yes, thank you. Like you're probably not gonna know about Dragon files. I feel like that's a real shame. I feel like we need to integrate that more, or at least we should. Like, you know, whether I will prioritize over other things is the big question, right? Oh, I'm sorry, Nightmare Raider. I have definitely lost questions. So if I missed yours, feel free to repost and I will try to not miss it unless too many get reposted at once. Could you tell us if the C4 are ever going to come back to Payday 3 as a deployable? Well, I can't tell you any news today. But like, I like saying through these kind of things, like, especially when you phrase it like, are they ever gonna come back? Like, I don't know that. I don't know, like, our 10-year plan and things could change. Like, they might. I can't say that they never will. They're not gonna be in the next update, though. Yeah, shoutouts to FBI files telling me I've killed 35,000 Charizard. Why? Why? Oh my god. No witnesses. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Kills asks, are you guys gonna make more animated masks like the Liberty mask? I personally think that would be cool. It does take a lot of resources though, and I do believe even with the Liberty mask, there were some people who were impacted with performance issues with the game. But, you know, if people want to see more of those, I think the team is definitely open to doing more of them. Ooh, okay, so Freeman, can you tell us more about the emotes? You want to give drawing them a shot? I mean, I'm open for basically anything. Like, what I would love this stream to basically be is, like, a place where we can collaborate, and that includes stuff like emotes. If you have a great idea, like, I'd love to see it. Yeah, Dallas twerking, there you go. But, like, I want some basics, like love, like whatnot, and I've asked our creative team to maybe make like a couple, but I want to make sure that at least half of the emotes, if not more, are community emotes. I think that would be really cool. Ooh, yeah, using your first chat for this, can you ask the team to enable grabbing thermite on First World Bank as soon as it's available? It doesn't make sense to have to seed the vault and then run all the way back to the server room. That's a good point. I'll bring that up to the team and see if that is something, I mean, we can change it probably, but if something we can prioritize. Honestly, I just use the default mask. They are goated after all. That is fair. I'm very lucky because I get to use just, you know, my own mask. That's the only thing I use whenever I play the game. Any news on the First World Bank secret yet? Not yet, I'm afraid. I know a lot of people want to know more about it, but no news on that quite yet. Would it be possible to see overkill weapons get skin customization? I recall seeing people modding custom ones that use the paint system. That would be nice. I like that idea. I feel like that's probably a lot of work on the dev team with like getting like UI support for like being able to actually do it, and then like anything that goes into actually changing it and stuff is probably possible, but we'll have to see if we can prioritize doing that. I like the idea though. I like the idea. Hi Anacond, welcome on in. Better late than never, right? I've kind of just been sitting here chatting for 30 minutes. But yeah, skills rework topic. I don't think we've touched on that today, actually. I don't think, unless someone asked and I completely missed it, I don't think we've touched on that. But skills 2.0 is progressing. And hopefully we can share something more soon. But there's nothing like tangible I can really share. But I saw something cool from that project just earlier this week. I did. So, good morning, Scott Diesel. Hope you're doing good. Big thanks to you and the team for all your hard work. Community lately is honestly more spoiled than we like to admit sometimes. I mean, it makes sense, right? Like, you know, God, how do I even phrase this? Words just disappeared in my head, but Like, we've not really done the best, so it makes sense that people want more, but I appreciate everyone still sticking around, even though it's been rough. There's no denying that, but there are still people here, there's still people supporting us, and now we're finally turning the ship around, for real, properly, like, the big turn, so, a little bit longer, and we'll be starting to see some actual results from that. Oh, for Skills 2.0, I'm personally very excited. Like, one thing that we have shared, so I will be able to refer to this, no problem, but, so Andreas confirmed that archetypes are coming back, and that makes me personally very excited. Like, I love the archetype system in the skills in Payday 2, being able to, like, lean into, like, different specialties and all that, and I feel like that's something Payday 3 is lacking. Because right now, like, there's no, like, incentive to be like, oh, I'll be, I don't know, the explosives guy or whatever, and, like, I'll be this person. Like, I love the fact that archetypes will be more of a thing again when it comes back. So yes, I'm very excited, personally. Alright, Alfred K is going to be that person today. But when will we hear more about offline mode? It feels uncomfortable to buy DLCs when the game wouldn't work without servers. That is a super valid question, and it is a question that I wish I could give you a bigger answer to. Hopefully it's something we can address as part of, you know, AK's promised upcoming thing. But before that, I wouldn't expect any news about it. But I totally understand, and I don't expect anyone to buy DLCs if you're not feeling comfortable with it, so... Yeah, if you feel better waiting until you hear about it, absolutely wait. Be smart about how you spend your money. We're getting a bug fix for the -1 leveled preset weapons. Still got them in your inventory and are able to get rid of them. I'm not super familiar with that bug personally. I believe that's something Hawa's been more involved in, so she might know what's going on there. But I can see if I can poke her to see what's going on. But currently I am unsure. I've heard about it, but I don't really know anything else. I don't know if it's one of those things, if it could have been caused by a mod, or if it's something that we do need to fix. What heist does have the most civs in Payday 2? That is a good question that I cannot think of an answer for. Like, surely it's one of the banks, right? Yeah, in 3 it's probably Cradle. But in Payday 2, I'm thinking it must be probably a bank. Like, not like Branch Bank, but like one of the bigger ones. That is all I can think of. Yeah, Payday 3 is 100%, it's gonna be Neon Cradle. Payday Twin Man tried to help you with the -1 guns, but you still got them, unfortunately. That's a shame. Hopefully we can get a fix out for that soon. But yeah, I unfortunately don't know the status or any insights on that one specifically. Scott Diesel says, how long until we will be able to buy favors for different heists, first roll bank, etc. I can't say for sure. All I can really say for sure right now is that in the next update you will be able to buy them for delivery charge, but unfortunately it's only for delivery charge for now. But I know the team wants to be able to do it for more heist, but that is more work since, you know, we need to improve the UI and stuff to make it easier. I also know a player suggestion has been to, you know, basically put it in pre-planning in the lobby, which is also a great idea, but again, requires a lot of work. So it takes a bit more than just kind of adding him into the vendor system like we did for delivery charge. Most civs in Payday 2, Go Bank technically is infinitely respawning ones. But if you want all-in-ones, that would likely be Big Bank or Golden Grain. Yeah, I was thinking Big Bank, but Golden Grain, that's a good point. There's a lot of civs on that one too. Kara asks, will the No Mercy heist return in Payday 3? I mean, that's not completely up to us, so I can't really say. Maybe Valve will let us do it. Maybe they won't. We'll see. We'll see. Doesn't Big Bank also have infinite spawning saves? I believe it does, yes. Because I remember we recently did the achievement for bringing Bobblehead Bob to the vault. And then you have to wait a little bit because he doesn't immediately start in the level, so you have to wait until he shows up. But yes, if you go loud, then yes, it will not keep spawning. If we bring back pre-planning, I hope we get that goated song from Gustavo in the game for real. I know. Oh god, I would love the pre-planning track to come into, or the loadout track, I think it's called. I think it's called Loadout. It's so good, and we should make use of it. We should. I think Almir said Valve were open to No Mercy and Payday 3. Well, I mean, that's great news if they are. Then it's just, I guess things need to be formalized, and we also need to see if we want to prioritize that over doing something else or something brand new. Yeah, I assume that all of the heists that have like spawning NPCs and stuff, it would stop as soon as the alarm goes off. Because it's the same with like delivery charge when that comes up. Because if you watched the other stream, you might remember that we talked about the fact that armored transports can randomly like appear afterwards, like a couple minutes into the heist, a random extra transport can show up. But if you go loud before that happens, like they're gonna, you know, see that the alarm is going up, their depot is being hit, and they're not gonna show up. Whereas Bob for Payday 3, we need him back. True. I would say I miss Bubblehead Bob, but you know, I get to work with Martin every day, so I don't really miss him in that sense. But it would be cool to see him come back for Payday 3 as well. Yeah, Blue Shell Redux. I think that's gonna be, if we bring back like either Golden Grin or like a brand new casino, we know that basically 90% of the heists are just gonna play the slots, myself included. So, yeah, Higgy, the new heist, I'm so excited for you to get your hands on it. I'm very excited. Like, I want to see people, like, all the different approaches you can find for how you get in. And maybe we should do a little beaver hunt as well. Oh, so Hero just asked, funnily enough, you should ask about this now, but since Elmir had his toast in many of the heists, if you had a MacGuffin to be added, what would it be? So Hero, I kind of already do. There's a little beaver that started appearing around, I think it was Boys in Blue. It was either Houston Break, it's definitely Houston Breakup, but I think there's one in Boys in Blue as well. But it wasn't originally a reference to me, but by now I've claimed it and it's mine. So every so often I've had little beaver hunts, like little informal beaver hunts within my community and been given prizes to like the people who could find the beaver within the first day of the heist coming out. Yeah, so every heist since Houston Breakout has at least one beaver, and Delivery Charge has beavers too. So I will be interested in seeing how many people can find the beavers once Delivery Charge is out. After playing a week of Balatro, you'd probably play some poker in a casino heist. Ooh, imagine that though, actual mini games in the casino. Your bank will murder. Oh my god, did you really, Charizard? Oh my god. So yeah, thank you so much for subscribing. I know, hang on, I'm opening my dashboard again because I stopped looking at it. Oh, and I got a posture check 17 minutes ago too. Oh my god, I am terrible. Charizard Delta, thank you so much for the Founders Badge over on Twitch, because yeah, this is the first stream with our Twitch channel being monetized. Clearly, I still have some settings to review. We want to make sure the ads do not play when the action is going. Yeah, appreciate your restraint, Higgy. I appreciate it. Oh my god, smoking, that would also be amazing. So can we hear the stealth track on Grit and Steel? I don't think I have the stealth one. I think I only have the loud one. And I think the streaming platforms also only have the loud one. So unfortunately, no, but once the heist comes out, you can sneak in and just vibe to it. Is it your first Founders Badge? That is amazing, Charizard. But yeah, thank you so much for subscribing. There's gonna be more proper awards for subscribing to the channel soon, so don't feel too pressured to jump on it immediately, but you know, Founders Badges are available. Oh my god. Well, speaking of gifting subs, Blue Shell Redux just gave out 5 community subs. Going to Pink Punk Jelly, M1X1NHO, Mafia221, Zero ZMO, and Black Drama. There we go, Founders Badges aplenty. Thank you so much, I appreciate it. That is very kind of you. And look, there you have your emotes. I only uploaded the default emotes for now, but there will be exclusive emotes. Soon, TM. Soon, TM. Hourglass! Howdy, Elizabeth. Do we have the exact date of when the delivery charge will release? Not yet, unfortunately. All I can say so far is early September, but we will soon know more. So hopefully we can share more. We're still waiting to hear back from CERT, so it's early September is the best I can give you for now. No, God, yeah. Well, there you go. So the sub goal of 10 was just hit, and there's also a hype train going on over on Twitch right now. But that means we have more emote slots, and I believe that's also all the founders badges gone. But that was 3 more subs going to Meat Empanada, It's Little Freshy, and Fias. But Blue Shell Redux, why would you not get a sub for yourself? Why would you not want the funders badge for you? Just saying. Just saying. Hi Millie, how's it going? I hope you're doing good. When are we getting the skill revamp? TBD. I can't say exactly when yet. We're still not done with it. But you will know more hopefully sooner rather than later. As soon as I can share more, I will definitely share more. And Akana asks, is there any chance we can see the roadmap before the year ends? We'll see. We'll see. I mean, AK has already teased that we're sharing something at the end of September, so we'll see. Or by the end of September, I think his phrasing is, but yeah. We'll see what that ends up being. I'm also very excited to see what he's cooking for us. You're a giving person. Well, it is very kind of you, Blue Shell Redux. It's very kind. You love Grit and Steel music, Songbird? Good. Me too. It's a really good track. I'm really loving it. So I think I saw, did I see a question about Jacket's music? Is that, I thought that was up. Is it not? Maybe it's not. So yeah, Math. I know that the partner badge has been removed. So I think something bugged out when I enabled the monetization. Because we had partner. And then I went in and like actually filled in like the tax interviews, blah, blah, blah. And it still said partners, but I noticed something was off. And then I emailed their support and they're like, this account is an affiliate. And I'm like, no, it's a partner. And they're like, no, I just checked again, it's an affiliate. And then I log back in and see that, yeah, it's an affiliate now. So they took our partner badge. But I've reapplied for partner, so hopefully we get it back anyway. But yes, Twitch took our partner badge. Can you believe it? I was rocking that ass about Jacket's music. I thought that was already out, but if it's not, I will need to look into that and find out why. Oh god, okay, so Higgy. So Twitch chatters. Higgy's asked you a question. What is the lore reason we are heisting delivery charge? And the first correct answer gets a sub. Charizard Delta is, I guess, technically correct, but you know. Yeah, they should be out, but maybe they're not, but I will check. Yeah, the heisted it away, my old friend. Can you believe it? Absolutely shocking behavior. But, like, even, like, in the old-fashioned way, this channel qualifies to be, partnered, so I've resubmitted our application last night, so... Hopefully we'll get it back very soon. But I was also very surprised that it's suddenly gone. You know, all these people... So, some people know why we're doing delivery charge, right? We talked about it 2 weeks ago. So it's a little bit of a teaser. I like these answers. Those are some good answers in here. Money is a classic response though. Yes and no. Money is always a nice benefit. But believe it or not, we're not going there just for the money. So there you go. The hype train is still going somehow. Somehow. If you join in the hype train, you can unlock exclusive hype train emotes. Still curious, would a future jukebox be able to include music from prior games? Would that need a discussion with rights holders? I think that depends. I know some of the music we have the right to. I know some of it we need to definitely discuss, like with Castlevania and like the other external artists, we definitely probably need to talk to them But I don't know. I'm not a legal expert, so I don't know exactly. And I also don't know how those contracts were set up. So I would personally love to see them back, but I don't know. I don't know if it's ever gonna happen, but you love Jiro to be back. The Jiro trailer is probably your favorite trailer ever made for something related to Payday. It's beautiful and you love the music in it. I would love to see Jiro back as well, but I feel like no hate on Jiro, but he was quite old already in Payday 2, so I don't know if he would be around for 3, at least not in like a heisting capacity. Undead Jiro! There we go. Oh god, we got hype chesting. I'm gonna share ours as well. This is what the Payday account got. You gotta gimme that emote. That is fitting. That is very fitting. Mr. Levine asks, can we get new characters with new lore? I would love to see that. Personally, I would love to see us do new characters, but we will see. That one is not up to me. That's more so for the narrative team to decide which approach we want to take. Jacket should be canonically the most feared character by the police in Payday. Even the cloakers are scared of him. I mean, he is literally a sociopath, so yeah. He is quite old, sadly, but he seemed to be in good fitness in his 50s, I think. Surely he'll be fine in his 60s. It's like basically the same, right? I mean, yeah. Surely it's fine. You heard Yakuza and immediately thought about Ryuga Gotoko Studio, the guys behind the newer Yakuza games. Maybe a collaboration with them or something, like a new character. Ooh, that could be cool. I would personally love to do more crossovers. I think crossovers are really cool. But the downside of them, though, is like, depending on the deal, very often they come with an expiry date, and that part I don't like. So hi, Millie, thank you. Yay, Blue Shell Redux got his train. Let's go. But yeah, did someone get Higgies? Oh, there you go. Higgies gifted the sub to Yamini for correctly mentioning why we're hitting up delivery charge in September. Impatiently waiting for Starbreeze Dog to get a Payday 3 camera such as Neo and the Pugs. True. That would be great. I would love to do that. Moonistic, I know. I think it was someone on Twitter who said that first, or where I saw it first, and I agree. We should have called it Grit and Steal with the A for like stealing stuff, but oh well. Oh well. Carrie, welcome on in. Hey, better late than never. We still have 12 minutes. I might need to wrap up slightly sooner because I do have a meeting after this. But we still have at least 10 more minutes. Could I give us a clue to which heisters got took out in the game? No. Sorry. Yeah, rhubarb musk or death? No, I have an actual meeting. I promise. You're excited to see the weapons coming to Payday 3? Hell yeah. I'm also very excited for the stuff that's cooking. You'll always call it that. No one will stop me. I appreciate the commitment, Mystic. I do. Is the track title a Minecraft movie reference? You know, we might have to get Gustav on the stream because I don't know. I don't know how he names his tracks, but it's not a safety meeting. I'm still at work. Oh, Tibu and Quang on Twitch drop mask one. That would be funny. I think before that though, I should probably put up my own mask as a Twitch drop. Because I still haven't done that. Yeah, Wokamo, shout out to the animations team. Payday 3 animations are great. I agree. Our animation team is cooking. Sound team as well. Our sound team is like, oh, great. Oh, really hard question here from Sage and Mary. Who is in a pickle? That's very hard. I don't know if anyone can get that. I don't know. Oh, I think he has an emote for that. You know, someone who takes many business meetings, she convenes with a cigarette and a lighter. That is sure is a business meeting by the sounds of it. Collab with indie games for Payday 3 would be better than AAA games since they charge a little bit like Hotline Miami. Yeah, for me, I would be more concerned about just making sure it's like a good fit for Payday, which Hotline Miami definitely is. Like, Jacket is amazing fit for Payday. What if they add No Mercy? It would be insane with an Unreal 4 and the new mechanics. God. Yeah, I would love to see more stealth in general with like, but I mean, all of our heists are stealth and loud, but I just love stealthing in Payday 3. Unless I'm streaming, then I will be going loud. Because I want to try and catch up on chat as well. And if I stealth, then, yeah. Can't wait for the animation of the RPK. I hope it'll be worth the wait. I hope it'll be worth the wait. There's no chance Goatsim is collabing with 3. I mean, do we want to? Are we ready for Goatsim to come back in 3? I don't know. You know what? That's a good point, Carrie. We should collab with Turney Boy. He does, in fact, rob a bank. Maybe he should join the Payday gang. Yeah, I feel like Goatsim is like the one that people do not want to see come back. I personally, if we were to do, like, I love the studio behind Goatsim. But maybe we should do, like, I don't know, a mask or something instead of Heist. Yeah, Coffee Stain. We love Coffee Stain studios. Coffee Stain, aren't they involved in Goatsim? I thought they were. It would just like to just thank you and everyone who works on Payday 3. Payday 3 and Payday 2 has genuinely helped me manage depression for years now. Especially when I see a new update coming out, I get really excited and I can then use that energy to study and do life stuff. Also, please Goatsim in Payday 3. Well, thank you for that kind message. I am glad that we are able to have such a positive impact for you. I did not expect that to end in a please Goatsim though. Oh man. Zanzibar says, sorry for my English. My opinion is but Payday 2 bigger than Payday 3, but Payday 3 more interesting than Payday 2. Thanks for Payday 3 all overkill devs. Well, thank you. Yeah, I think that's definitely where we're heading right now. Payday 2 has more content than Payday 3, and that's not going to change for a long time because Payday 2 has been developed for a decade. So, you know, it's going to be really hard to top that in terms of content. But I do feel like I personally a lot prefer the gameplay of 3 because I like stealth a lot. Stealth is a lot more satisfying in 3. Saying that, I still play a lot of Payday 2 though. But they're both good. They're both good in different ways though. God, so many people wanting Goatsim apparently. Is the feedback page still active or is it now shut down like you said a couple of months ago? I believe as of right now, it's still active. I believe it's tomorrow. We have a meeting to discuss what's happening next, so I might know more as soon as tomorrow, but as of right now, as far as I know, it's still active, but I'm not sure if it's gonna remain that way or if we're doing something else, so TBD on the future stuff. But yeah, Hawa is indeed working on something. Indeed. And I will be looped in tomorrow with what the team is working on and what they want to do. If Goatsim will make a return, at least give more XP than just 2,300 XP and overkill. Yeah, no, that's fair. That is fair. The goats are maybe a bit too silly for 3 there. Unless to be fair, we don't have to do the exact same collab. Maybe we could do something completely different. Maybe we can innovate. You love Goatsim genuinely. It's a hard heist and it feels very rewarding to complete it. The games genuinely helped me get through life, but I did mention Goatsim since it came up in conversation as I was writing. That's fair. That is totally fair. What happens if Counterfeit return in Payday 3? I don't know. Well, I guess if Counterfeit returned, then Counterfeit returns. I don't know what to say beyond that. Yeah, Goatsim on DSOD solo, that sounds like pain. I actually beat Goatsim DSOD, but in a group last week, but I would not even want to attempt that solo. Goatsim was your favorite heist to cheat at. It was a shame you reported that exploit on the spot. Fair. Fair. Ryan Trainer says do a collab with Den of Thieves. I would love to do that. Den of Thieves looks super freaking cool. And I'm very excited to see more of their game. I already got some swag from their team. Love that team. Strange leak collab Payday 3 and Tekken 8. I mean, that's not impossible. I mean, Hodara-san is quite a big fan of Payday, if you didn't know, so anything's possible. Speaking of swag. Yes, Higgy? Yes? Payday 2 is more comedic compared to 3. Yeah, so 2 is definitely more goofy, more lighthearted. 3 still has some of that, but not to the same extent. And no, the meeting that I'm having in 5 minutes is actually not about that. It's about Out of Sight, which is also a great game if you like horror games. But yeah. Background bugs are in stream waiting for their Cameron too. They'll have their cameo later tonight. But the sliding in 3, one of my favorite moments in games. Ah, yes, I love to slide in FPS games. It feels really good. Yeah, you don't like Joycey having exclusives, Higgy? I think one of the only heists you can't solo DSOD with bots still because you never play with them off is Lab Rats and Heat Street. Yeah, no, that's fair. Lab Rats, like I mentioned, like I beat Goat Sim DSOD again with a group like last week. And believe it or not, we did it first try. We got incredibly lucky and did it first try. Lab Rats though? God, how many hours did we spend trying to get Lab Rats? Like 6 hours? It's so hard. So yeah, I mean, I'm not a huge fan of either of those, but Lab Rats was definitely the harder achievement for me to get on DSOD. Sliding off rooftop is so goofy, especially when everybody's still learning how long it is. True. Very true. But yeah, we're running out of time. I gotta go in 3 minutes. So any last minute questions we haven't answered yet? Chatting as asked when secret of First World Bank. Touched on this earlier, but I can't share anything on that yet. Jellybones asks, is adding peer-to-peer support on the table? God, we're doing the on the table thing. I mean, technically, yes, everything is on the table, right? But we will see. What we currently know is that AK, who is our CEO, in case you don't know, has said that we're gonna be sharing more about stuff that we're working on, probably by the end of September. So, which is very ambitious. But we'll see what we got. I hope to come back with some pretty good news. I hope to host a pretty cool stream talking more about these kind of things. But yeah, today was a very yappy stream. I hope you appreciated it. We didn't really have any news for today, but that's fine. It was a Heist stream, it was a hangout stream. Hit me up with all your emote artist recommendations. I want to see them. We have emotes now on Twitch. I'm trying to get the same for YouTube, but that's still, I'm not as familiar with YouTube, so it's taken me a bit longer. But I want to do it on both. So hit me up with your emote artists. I gotta go. But yeah, we'll streaming here again, same time on this channel next week, but it'll be Hawa hosting that one. Oh, Wiggly emote, I love that. If you want to hang out with me some more though, I'm gonna end on a shameless plug that I will be streaming Payday 2 on my own personal channel later today in, let's see, it's 4 p.m. in 3 hours. So if you want to hang out with Payday 2 later today in 3 hours, my channel is linked below. It is the Tainted Tally channel. But yeah, if you want to hit me up with emote artists, Discord is probably the best bet. But if you're on Reddit or prefer any of those, like just look for Starbreeze_Elisabeth, send it over, and I will look through it all. But yeah, that is going to be it. I got a meeting to go to, so thank you so much for hanging out. See you next week, or see you online, depending on where we talk to you, and have a good rest of your week and weekend. Bye-bye!